Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Practice with Julia. Today, we're going to train your English so it sounds more natural, more relaxed, and more native like in real daily life. Not perfect, not textbook, but clear, confident, and real. And I want you to remember something important right away. Sounding like a native is not about sounding fancy, it's about sounding easy. It's about choosing simple words, using natural rhythm, and connecting your ideas the way fluent speakers do. So take a breath, drop your shoulders, and let's make English feel lighter for you, one small habit at a time. First, let's define what speak like a native really means, because many learners misunderstand it. It does not mean you need a new personality, and it does not mean you must copy a perfect accent overnight. It means you can speak smoothly without getting stuck. You can react naturally. You can use everyday phrases that fit the moment. And you can sound polite, friendly, direct, or warm, depending on the situation. So, our focus today is daily life English that flows. English you can actually use when you wake up, when you text someone, when you shop, when you work, when you make small talk, and when you handle problems. And I will guide you with practice paragraphs you can repeat out loud, slowly, calmly, and clearly. Let's begin with the biggest secret fluent speakers use. They don't build every sentence from zero. They reuse familiar chunks, small groups of words that often appear together. For example, instead of thinking word by word, you think in ready-made pieces like, to be honest. That makes sense. I'm not sure. It depends. Let me see. The thing is, as far as I know, and I'll get back to you. Chunks are like the bricks of fluent speaking. If you collect enough bricks, you stop struggling to invent sentences. You simply choose the right brick and keep going. And when you do that, you sound more native because natives do this automatically. They rely on patterns they've used thousands of times. Now we'll practice with the simple daily life scene. Imagine you just woke up. You want to talk about your morning in a natural way, not like a robotic diary, but like a real person talking to a friend. Listen first, then repeat after me out loud. I just woke up a few minutes ago. I'm still trying to fully wake up. I slept okay, but I feel a little tired. I'm going to make some tea and take it slow. I've got a few things to do today, but nothing too crazy. I'll start with something small and build momentum. Notice the feeling here. Relaxed, natural, not too formal. Now repeat it again, but slower, and connect the words smoothly. I just woke up a few minutes ago. I'm still trying to fully wake up. Excellent. Now one more time. And this time, soften your voice at the end of each sentence, like you're speaking naturally, not reading. Here is a key habit that makes you sound more native immediately. Use softeners and buffers. These are little words that make your message smoother and more human. For example, instead of saying, "Give me your phone," you say, "Can I see your phone for a second?" Instead of "I want water," you say, "Could I get some water?" Instead of "You are wrong," you say, "I'm not sure that's right," or "I see it a bit differently." These small choices change your tone, and natives use them constantly because they care about sounding friendly, respectful, or calm. So we will practice them in daily life language. You can reuse everywhere. Now repeat this practice paragraph with me. Imagine you're at work or school and you need help. Hey, quick question. Do you have a minute? I'm trying to figure this out, but I'm not totally sure. Could you walk me through it when you have a moment? No rush, just whenever you're free. I really appreciate it. Again. Hey, quick question. Do you have a minute? Good. Now change it slightly to fit another situation. Maybe you're asking a friend. Hey, quick question. Do you know a good place to eat around here? I'm kind of hungry, but I don't want anything too heavy. Notice how natural this sounds. Quick question. Kind of. Don't want anything too. These are common native patterns. Let's talk about rhythm, because rhythm is often the real difference between correct English and native-like English. Native speakers stress the important words and reduce the small words. They don't hit every word with the same strength. So instead of speaking like this, I want to go to the store to buy some milk. They speak with a wave. I want to go to the store and pick up some milk. The grammar is still there, but the sound is smoother. And the best way to train this is shadowing. You copy the rhythm, not just the words. So I'll give you a rhythm-friendly paragraph. You will repeat it 3 times, first slow, then medium, then natural. Repeat after me, slowly. I was going to cook at home, but honestly, I'm not in the mood. I've had a long day, so I might just grab something quick, maybe a sandwich or something light. I'll see what I feel like. Now medium speed. I was gonna cook at home, but honestly, I'm not in the mood. I've had a long day, so I might just grab something quick. Now natural, and don't worry if it's not perfect. The goal is flow. I was gonna cook at home, but honestly, I'm not in the mood. I've had a long day, so I might just grab something quick. Beautiful. You're training your mouth to move more smoothly. That is native-like speaking. Another powerful trick is to stop overusing full, formal sentences. Real-life English is often shorter, more flexible, and sometimes incomplete, and that is normal. For example, if someone asks, "Are you coming?" you might say, "Yeah, in a sec," or "Give me 2 minutes," or "Not yet," or "I'm on my way." You don't always say, "Yes, I am coming in 2 minutes." That sounds like a test answer. So today, we will build your collection of short, natural replies because these make you sound fluent right away. Repeat these quick replies as a paragraph. Yeah, sure, sounds good. Not really. It depends. I guess so. I'm not sure. Maybe later. I'll think about it. I'm down. I'm not feeling it. I'm on my way. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. I'm just about to leave. I'm running a little late. Now again, but slower, and feel the rhythm. It depends. I guess so. I'm not sure. Maybe later. Good. Now practice a real situation. I'll describe it and you answer out loud. Situation. Your friend says, "Do you want to get coffee?" You can say, "Yeah, I'm down. Give me 10 minutes." Or maybe later. I'm kind of busy right now. Or honestly, I'm not feeling it today. Can we do it tomorrow? You see, natural, honest, and simple. Now let's build native-like connectors. Words that join ideas smoothly. Many learners only use and or but, which is okay. But natives use a wider range, like so, though, anyway, actually, basically. I mean, you know, The thing is, and by the way, these are not just filler. They help the listener follow your story, and they help you buy time while thinking, but we want to use them wisely, not too many, just enough to sound natural and relaxed. Repeat this storytelling paragraph with me. So, I was on my way to the store, and I realized I forgot my wallet, which was annoying. But anyway, I went back home, and by the time I got there, I was like, okay, I need to get it together. I grabbed my wallet, checked my phone, and left again. And honestly, that kind of thing happens to me more than I'd like to admit. Notice the connectors. So, anyway, by the time I was like, honestly, more than I'd like to admit. These are very native like. Now repeat it again and keep it casual, like you're talking to a friend. Let's practice I was like and I'm like, because these are extremely common in conversational English. They introduce thoughts, reactions, or what you said. For example, if I was like, no way. I'm like, are you serious? It's very natural, very daily life. So repeat this paragraph. When I saw the price, I was like, wow, that's more expensive than I expected. And then I'm like, okay, do I really need this right now? So I put it back and told myself I'd think about it again. I was like, wow, that's more expensive than I expected. Good. Now make it your own. Imagine you opened your phone and saw many messages. Say out loud, I'm like, okay, I'll reply in a minute. Perfect. You're learning real spoken English patterns. Now we will train politeness in a native like way. Because many learners are either too direct or too formal. Native like politeness is usually simple and warm, not stiff. So instead of, I request you to send the document, you say, could you send that over when you get a chance? Instead of, I want to ask you something, you say, can I ask you something? Or quick question. So let's practice a few. As one smooth paragraph, repeat after me. Could you help me with this for a second? When you get a chance, could you send me the details? Would you mind repeating that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Just to confirm, we're meeting at 5, right? Thanks, I really appreciate it. Again, slower, and focus on sounding calm and friendly. Now we'll do a mini role play paragraph. You are at a cafe. You want to order naturally. Repeat after me. Hi, could I get a latte, please? Medium is fine. And could you make it less sweet? Thanks. Oh, and can I also get a bottle of water? That's it. Thank you. Now make it slightly more conversational. Hi, can I get a latte? Medium is good. And could you make it less sweet? He said, thanks. That's very natural. Notice is good. That's it. These are daily native-like phrases. Before we finish this section, I want to give you one mindset shift. Native-like speaking is not about speed. It's about comfort. You can speak slowly and still sound fluent if your phrases are natural and your rhythm is smooth. So do not rush. Instead, pause with confidence and use simple phrases while you think. Phrases like, let me think, give me a second. How can I put this? That's a good question. I mean, these are normal, and they make you sound more like a real speaker, not a nervous student. Repeat this thinking time paragraph. That's a good question. Let me think for a second. Okay, so I'd say it depends on the situation, but in general, I prefer something simple. I don't like to overcomplicate things. And if I'm not sure, I usually ask someone or look it up or are excellent. Now imagine someone asks you, "Why are you learning English?" Answer with the same structure, say out loud, "That's a good question. Let me think." And then continue. Take your time, keep it simple, keep it honest. As you continue with this video, you'll keep building more chunks, smoother rhythm, stronger daily life vocabulary, and more natural reactions. And little by little, your English will stop feeling like homework and start feeling like your voice. So for now, do one thing. Repeat the practice paragraphs again, even one more time, because repetition is how your brain turns knowledge into skill, and skill is what makes you sound native like. Not because you memorized rules, but because your mouth and mind learned the patterns deeply. Keep going. You're doing real training right now. If you're still with me, keep your pace slow and steady. Because in this section, we're going to build the kind of natural English that native speakers use all day without thinking. And you will practice it in a way that trains your mouth, your timing, and your confidence, not just your vocabulary. So take a small breath and let's continue. One of the biggest reasons learners don't sound native like is not grammar. It's hesitation, the kind of hesitation that breaks rhythm and makes your speech feel constructed. And the good news is, you can train that away, not by speaking faster, but by learning what I call bridge phrases. These are small phrases that connect your thoughts while your brain prepares the next idea, and natives use them constantly. For example, "You know what I mean?" "Kind of," "sort of," "I guess," "I think." To be fair, at the end of the day, in a way, from what I've seen, as far as I can tell, these phrases buy you time without sounding like you're buying time. They sound natural, and they keep your conversation flowing. Now repeat this paragraph out loud, slowly. Let me think. Okay, so I guess what I mean is, it's kind of complicated, but in a way, it's also pretty simple. Like, if you focus on the basics, things get easier. And from what I've seen, consistency matters more than talent. Again, and try to connect, I guess what I mean is, as one smooth chunk. I guess what I mean is, good. Now practice it in a daily life moment. Imagine someone asks you why you didn't reply to a message. You can say, "Honestly, I saw it, but I got busy, and then it slipped my mind. I didn't mean to ignore you." Notice how native like that feels. Honestly, got busy, slipped my mind, didn't mean to. These are common conversational chunks. Let's talk about weak forms, because this is a major reason natives sound different. Many small words become softer. To becomes to, for becomes fur, and becomes nen. Of becomes uhavi. And you don't need to force an accent, but you do need to reduce the tiny words naturally, so your speech doesn't sound too stiff. So we'll practice in a gentle way, not pretending, just smoothing. Repeat this sentence as a slow shadowing line. I'm gonna go to the store and pick up a few things. Again. I'm gonna go to the store and pick up a few things. And again, natural. I'm gonna go to the store and pick up a few things. Now another. Do you want to come with me or are you gonna stay here? Repeat. Do you want to come with me or are you gonna stay here? Now a third. I've gotta head out in a minute, but I'll text you when I'm done. Repeat it twice, slow and then natural. I've gotta head out in a minute, but I'll text you when I'm done. Excellent. You're not breaking grammar. You're speaking like real life speech sounds. Now we move into something that makes you sound truly native like the ability to react naturally. Because in conversation, people don't only share information, they share reactions, small emotional responses. And if your reactions sound natural, your English instantly feels fluent. So we'll build a set of everyday reactions you can reuse in many situations, and we'll practice them as connected paragraphs, not isolated phrases. Repeat this reaction paragraph. Oh, no way, really? That's crazy. I can't believe that happened. Are you serious? Okay, that makes sense. I get it. Honestly, I feel the same way. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm not sure about that. I see what you mean though. Now again, but slower. And soften your voice like you're truly reacting, not reading. Oh, no way. Really? That's crazy. Good. Now we do a mini practice. Imagine someone says, I'm moving to a new city next month. Your reaction can be, no way, that's exciting. When are you leaving? Imagine someone says, I failed my driving test. You can say, oh no, I'm sorry, that's frustrating, but you'll get it next time. That kind of natural reaction is a native-like skill. Now let's train the small talk engine, because natives often sound fluent not because they know big words, but because they can keep a light conversation going, especially in everyday situations, like meeting someone, waiting in line, talking to a coworker, greeting a neighbor. And if you can handle small talk smoothly, you will feel like you belong. In English, so we'll practice openers, follow-ups, and soft endings, all in paragraph form so it becomes automatic. Repeat this small talk paragraph. Hey, how's it going? How's your day been so far? Oh, nice. What have you been up to lately? That sounds good. Yeah, I've been pretty busy too. Just the usual. Work, errands, trying to stay on top of things. Anyway, it's good to see you. We should catch up properly sometime. Again, and connect just the usual as a chunk. Just the usual. Now practice a variation. Hey, how's everything? Long day? Yeah, I hear you. I'm kind of tired too, but we're almost done. Notice. Long day, I hear you. Kind of tired. Almost done. These are extremely natural. Now let's add a powerful native-like habit, echoing. Echoing means you repeat a key word from the other person before you answer. It shows you listened and it gives you time. Natives do this constantly. For example, you went to Istanbul? Istanbul? Wow, how was it? Or, you're starting a new job? A new job, that's exciting. When do you start? Echoing makes you sound engaged, and it keeps you from freezing. So we will practice echoing in a smooth paragraph format. Repeat after me. A new job? Wow, congrats. When do you start? Oh, next Monday. Okay, nice. Are you excited or nervous? Yeah, that's normal. You're going to do great. Again, next Monday. Okay, nice. Now, another example. You're feeling overwhelmed? Yeah, I get that. What's been going on? See how human and natural it feels. You're not racing, you're connecting. Now let's focus on one of the most important native like skills sounding natural when you disagree or correct someone. Because many learners either avoid disagreement completely or they disagree too directly. And native English often uses soft disagreement, phrases that keep the conversation friendly, like, I see what you mean, but I'm not sure I agree. That's one way to look at it. Maybe, but I think I could be wrong, but from my perspective, I hear you, but these keep your tone polite and confident. Repeat this disagreement paragraph. I see what you mean, but I'm not sure I agree. I think it depends on the situation. And from my perspective, there's another side to it. I could be wrong, of course, but that's how it feels to me. Again, and focus on the softness. I could be wrong, of course. Now practice with a daily life example. Imagine a friend says, "This restaurant is the best in town." You can say, "It's good, for sure. But honestly, I think there are a couple places that are even better. Have you tried that new one downtown?" Notice, for sure. Honestly, have you tried? That's natural and friendly. Next, we train native like storytelling because natives often tell short stories in a casual way. They don't use perfect structures, they use timing, little details, and reactions. And if you can tell a simple story about your day, you will feel much more fluent. So I'll give you a model you can copy. A short daily story with very common connectors, and then we'll practice your own variation. Repeat this story paragraph slowly. So, today was one of those days. I started off feeling fine, but then everything felt a little rushed. I spilled a bit of coffee, which was annoying, and then I realized I left my charger at home, so I had to go back. Anyway, once I finally got out the door, things got better. I put on some music, took a breath, and I was like, okay, we're good. Now, again, medium speed. So today was one of those days. I started off feeling fine, but then everything felt a little rushed. Now, natural. So today was one of those days. Excellent. Now, create your own version with the same structure. Say out loud. So today was one of those days. Then add one small problem. Then add anyway. Then add a calm ending. Keep it simple. Keep it real. Now we'll move into native-like request language because daily life is full of requests. And if your request language is natural, you sound fluent immediately. We'll practice asking for help, asking for information, asking someone to repeat, and asking someone to do something in a polite but normal way. Not too formal, not too direct. Repeat this request paragraph. Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you hold this for a second? When you get a chance, can you send me that link? Sorry, can you say that again a little slower? Just to make sure I understood. You said we're meeting at 6, right? Okay, perfect. Thanks. Now again, and connect do me a favor smoothly. Could you do me a favor? Now practice a real scene. You're in a store. You can say, "Excuse me, do you know where the bread is? I've been looking around, but I can't find it." Or, "Hi, can you tell me how much this costs?" And the key is your tone is calm, your words are simple. That sounds native like. Let's add another set of native chunks. I'm just phrases. These are extremely common and they soften your message. Natives say, "I'm just checking. I'm just wondering. I'm just making sure. I'm just trying to understand." "I'm just being honest." These sound polite and natural, and they give your speech that everyday feel. Repeat this paragraph. "Hi, I'm just checking if you got my message. I'm just making sure everything's okay. I'm not trying to bother you. I'm just wondering what time you'll be home. No pressure. Just let me know when you can. Again, I'm just checking. I'm just making sure." Now, a work version. "Hey, I'm just following up on that email. I'm just trying to confirm the details. If anything changes, please let me know." This is very native-like and professional without being stiff. Now we'll do a deeper fluency drill. This one is powerful because it teaches you to speak in thought groups, not in single words, so you will pause after natural groups of meaning, like native speakers do. I'll give you a paragraph with natural pause points. You repeat it exactly with the pauses, and those pauses will make your English sound confident, not hesitant. Repeat slowly. "To be honest, I used to overthink everything, especially in English. I would try to be perfect, and that made me slow. But then I realized fluent speakers aren't perfect. They're just comfortable. So now I focus on being clear. I focus on staying calm, and I keep going even if I make a small mistake. Again, I focus on being clear. I focus on staying calm. Now natural speed, still with clear pauses. To be honest, I used to overthink everything." Excellent. Now your turn. Talk about your own English journey using the same pattern. Start with, "To be honest." Then share one past struggle. Then share one new habit. Keep it simple. Keep it smooth. Finally, we build one more skill that makes you sound native-like, using natural emphasis. Native speakers emphasize with short phrases like really, literally, seriously, actually, honestly, for real, no joke, I'm not even kidding. But we use them naturally, not too much. So let's practice a few as a connected paragraph. Repeat after me. "Honestly, I needed that. Seriously, I was so tired. And when I finally sat down, I was like, okay, this is what I needed. For real." Sometimes you don't realize how stressed you are until you slow down again and make "for real" soft and casual. For real. Now, another daily life version. "Actually, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Honestly, that makes things easier." These little emphasis words make your speech sound alive. Keep your energy calm, keep your pace steady, and remember, native-like speaking is not a performance, chakun. It's a skill built from repetition. So replay these paragraphs, repeat them out loud, and copy the rhythm, because every time you do, your English becomes more automatic, more natural, and more like your real voice in English. Now let's keep going. And if you're feeling a little more comfortable, that is exactly what we want. Because comfort is the foundation of sounding native-like. When you feel comfortable, your voice relaxes, your rhythm gets smoother, and you stop fighting your own thoughts. So, in this section, we're going to train the native like feel of conversation, the part that makes you sound like you belong in the moment, not like you're translating in your head. One huge difference between learners and native speakers is this: natives don't always speak in full information mode. They speak in shared context mode, meaning they assume the listener understands the situation, so they use shorter sentences, softer hints, and common daily phrases. For example, instead of saying, "I am going to the supermarket because I need to purchase groceries for the week," a native speaker might say, "I'm just going to run to the store. I need a few things." And that simple change makes you sound natural. So today, we'll train that style, short, easy, real life English with the right rhythm. Repeat after me, slowly. "I'm just gonna run to the store. I need a few things. Do you want anything?" Again, "I'm just gonna run to the store." Now make it even more casual. "I'm just gonna run to the store real quick." Good. Now another daily line. "I've got a lot going on today. I'm trying to stay organized." Repeat. "I've got a lot going on today." And again, "I'm trying to stay organized." These are extremely common native chunks. Got a lot going on, trying to real quick. A few things. Do you want anything? Keep collecting these. Now, we're going to practice the native-like question style. Many learners ask questions correctly, but not naturally. They ask like a textbook, and native questions are often softer and more indirect. For example, "Do you know where the bathroom is?" is fine, but "Do you happen to know where the bathroom is softer. "Could you tell me where the bathroom is polite, and "Where's the bathroom?" is casual. The key is choosing the right level for the situation, so we'll practice 3 levels: casual, neutral, and polite, all in paragraph form so you can memorize the feeling. Repeat this paragraph. "Hey, where's the nearest ATM? Do you know where the nearest ATM is? Sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know where the nearest ATM is?" Again, in and notice the tone. The words are simple, but the style changes. "Sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know?" Now try a different topic. "Where can I park? Do you know where I can park?" "Sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know where I can park around here?" Excellent. Now you can match your English to real life, like native speakers do. Next, we train something that instantly improves your native-like vibe: back channeling. This is when you show you're listening while the other person is talking. Native speakers do this constantly. They say, "Yeah, mm-hmm, right, oh wow, no way, I see, got it, that makes sense." And when you use these, your conversation becomes more natural and interactive, not one person talking and the other silent. So we will practice back channeling in a smooth paragraph style, and then we'll practice reacting with a follow-up question. Repeat after me. "Yeah, mm-hmm, right, I see, oh wow, no way, seriously? Okay, got it, that makes sense." Now again, slower. "Mm-hmm, right, I see." Now add the follow-up question. "Oh wow, what happened? No way, how did you feel?" "Okay, got it. So, what's the plan now? Now, practice a full mini conversation response as one paragraph. That makes sense. Honestly, I'd feel the same way. So, what are you going to do? This makes you sound like a natural conversational partner, and it helps your fluency because you don't have to invent big sentences. You can rely on these patterns. Now we'll move into native like clarification because fluent speakers ask for clarity all the time. They don't pretend they understood. They simply ask in a relaxed way, and that is a native like habit. So we will practice the best clarification phrases, and we will practice them as complete paragraphs you can reuse in work, daily life, and social situations. Repeat after me. Sorry, what do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm not following. Could you explain it a little differently? Just to make sure I understand. You want me to do it today, right? Okay, got it. Thanks for clarifying. Again, and keep your voice calm. Sorry, I'm not following. Now, another version. Wait, can you run that by me again? I think I missed something. That is very native like. Run that by me again. I missed something. Simple, natural. Now let's build native like texting and quick speaking style. Because daily life includes short messages, quick answers, and quick updates. And if you can do these naturally, your English feels fluent in real life. So repeat this update paragraph. Hey, just a heads up. I'm running a little late. Traffic is kind of bad. I should be there in about 10 minutes. Sorry about that. Again, just a heads up. I'm running a little late. Now another. Hey, quick update. I'm on my way. I'll text you when I get there. And another. Hey, I might have to reschedule. Something came up. Can we do tomorrow instead? These are the lines natives use all the time. Heads up. Quick update. Something came up. Reschedule. These are gold. Now we will train the native-like way to refuse, because refusing politely is a daily life skill. And many learners either say no too strongly or they over-explain. Native speakers usually keep it short, kind, and clear. They might say, I wish I could, but I can't. I'd love to, but I already have plans. Not today, sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it. And they often add a small alternative. Maybe another time. How about tomorrow? So we'll practice this as natural paragraphs you can repeat. Repeat after me. I'd love to, but I can't today. I've got a few things to take care of. Maybe another time, though. Again, I'd love to, but I can't today. Now another refusal. Honestly, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm really sorry. Can we do it later this week instead? Now another. Not today. I'm kind of exhausted. I just need to rest. Very natural. Kind of exhausted. Need to rest. Not today. Now practice your own. Think of something you often refuse. Maybe invitations, maybe extra work, maybe requests, and use the same structure: short, kind, clear. Now we move into the native-like way to explain a problem. Because daily life includes problems, deliveries, orders, mistakes, misunderstandings, and native-like English here is about being calm, clear, and polite. Not dramatic, not too formal. So we will practice problem English. And this will also build your confidence because you'll feel prepared for real situations. Repeat this complaint paragraph gently. Hi, I think there might be a mistake with my order. I ordered the chicken, but I got the fish. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to check if it can be fixed. Thank you. Again. I think there might be a mistake. Now another. Hi, I'm sorry, but I think I was charged twice. Could you take a look when you get a chance? And another. Hey, quick question. Is this item returnable? I tried it, but it's not really what I expected. These phrases are natural and respectful. Might be a mistake. Not a big deal. Charged twice. Take a look. Returnable. Not what I expected. Excellent. Now let's train native-like opinions. Because sounding native-like often means giving opinions in a relaxed way. Natives rarely sound like they are giving a formal speech. They say, I feel like echo. I think might, I'd say, I'm pretty sure. I'm not convinced. I'm a fan of stands I'm not really into. And they often add softeners. Kind of, a bit, and are pretty. Not really, sort of. So we will practice opinion paragraphs that sound real, not academic. Repeat after me. I feel like this place is pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's solid. The food is nice, the service is decent, and the atmosphere is kind of relaxed. I'd come back again and notice it's solid. That's very native. Now, another opinion. Honestly, I'm not really into spicy food. I can handle a little bit, but if it's too spicy, I can't enjoy it. And another. I'm a big fan of quiet mornings. I like to take my time and ease into the day. These are daily life opinions you can reuse everywhere. Now we'll do a bigger fluency drill. This is where you train native-like flow with longer speaking. And this is very important for confidence, because if you can talk for 20 to 40 seconds smoothly, you start feeling like a fluent speaker. So I will give you a longer paragraph about a normal day. You will shadow it 3 times, slow, medium, natural, and you will focus on connecting your words, not stopping too much. Repeat slowly. So today I'm trying to keep things simple. I've got a few errands to run. I need to pick up some groceries, and I also need to make a couple phone calls. Nothing too stressful. I just want to stay organized and get it done. And later, if I have time, I might relax a bit. Maybe watch something. Maybe go for a walk. We'll see. Again, medium. So today I'm trying to keep things simple. I've got a few errands to run. Now, natural. So today I'm trying to keep things simple. Excellent. Now you do your version. Use the same structure. Start with. So today I'm trying to sit, then mention 2 tasks, then mention a relaxed plan. Keep it simple. Keep it flowing. Now we focus on native-like describing feelings, because this is where many learners get stuck. They only know happy and sad and tired, but natives use a wider emotional vocabulary, not complicated, just more specific. Like drained, overwhelmed, on edge, relieved, parenthesis, stressed out, insus, in a good mood. Not myself, it is a bit off, and hence energized, parenthesis, burnt out. And daily life feelings matter, because when you can express them naturally, your English becomes more human. Repeat this feelings paragraph. Honestly, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed lately. There's just been a lot going on. I'm not in a bad place. just kind of tired, and I think I need a little break. Even a small reset would help. Again, a bit overwhelmed, a lot going on. Now, a positive one. I am in a really good mood today. I slept well. I got a few things done. And I just feel lighter. And another, I'm not myself today. I'm a bit off. I think I just need rest. These are very native like lines. Now we add one more powerful conversational skill, making it sound natural when you change topics. Natives change topics smoothly with phrases like, anyway, by the way, speaking of that, that reminds me, on a different note, before I forget. And these phrases make your speaking sound organized and natural, so we'll practice them in a mini paragraph. Repeat. Anyway, how's your family been? By the way, did you ever try that new cafe? Speaking of work, how's your schedule lately? Oh, that reminds me. I need to call someone later. Again, that reminds me. Good. Now practice in your own life. Think of two topics and connect them with, by the way. It will make your English feel smooth and native-like. You're doing exactly the right training. You're not just learning words, you're learning the shape of conversation, the rhythm of daily life English, and the relaxed confidence that makes you sound natural. Keep repeating the paragraphs, keep copying the timing, and your speaking will keep improving steadily, quietly, and strongly. Let's keep going. And at this point, I want you to notice something. You're not just repeating English, you're practicing how English feels in your mouth, how it flows when you're calm. And that is exactly how you build native like speaking. Because native like speaking is not just vocabulary, it's timing, it's tone, it's choosing the right phrase for the moment. So, in this section, we're going to add more nuance, the kind of nuance that makes your English sound natural, mature, and socially aware, especially in daily life conversations. A big difference between advanced learners and native like speakers is that native like speakers can tune their message. They can say the same idea in different ways depending on the feeling they want. For example, if you want to sound casual, you say, I'm not really feeling it today. If you want to sound polite, you say, I don't think I'll be able to today. If you want to sound formal, you say, I'm not available today. Same message, different energy. So we're going to practice tone control. You will learn multiple versions of the same meaning, and that is a very native-like skill. Repeat after me. I can't today. Now soften it. I don't think I can today. Now make it warmer. I wish I could, but I can't today. Now make it more professional. I'm not available today, but I can do tomorrow. Again, as a paragraph. I wish I could, but I can today. I've got a lot going on, but I can do tomorrow if that works. Now repeat it one more time slower and pay attention to the calm tone, because calm tone is what makes this sound native-like. Now let's practice native-like understatement. Native speakers often use understatement to sound relaxed instead of dramatic. For example, it's a bit tricky means it's hard. I'm a little concerned can mean I'm worried. It's not ideal means I don't like it. It's been better means it's not good. This is extremely common in daily English, and when you use it, you sound natural and socially smart. So we'll practice it with real situations. Repeat this paragraph. It's been a bit hectic lately. I'm not going to lie. It's not ideal, but I'll figure it out. I'm a little concerned about the timing, but we'll make it work. Again. It's been a bit hectic lately. Now practice a daily scenario. Imagine your internet is slow. Say, it's a bit slow right now. Not sure what's going on. Imagine you're unhappy with food. Say, it's not bad. It's just not really my thing. That's very native like. Not bad. Not my thing. Soft, clear, human. Now we're going to add phrasal verbs, because phrasal verbs are one of the biggest markers of natural English. But I want you to learn them in context, not as a list, because native-like speaking comes from situations, not memorization. So we will learn common daily life phrasal verbs through short stories and practice paragraphs, and you'll repeat them until they feel normal. Repeat after me. I woke up, but I didn't want to get up. I stayed in bed for a minute, then I got up and got dressed. I headed out, but I had to turn back because I forgot my keys. I picked them up, then I went out again. Now repeat it slower. I didn't want to get up. I had to turn back. These are very common. Get up, turn back, pick up, head out. Now, another phrasal verb scene. I ran into an old friend today. We ended up talking for a while. We caught up, and it honestly made my day. Repeat. I ran into an old friend. We ended up talking. We caught up. Perfect. These are native like ran into, ended up, caught up, made my day. Now practice with a different daily scene. I was going to work out, but I talked myself out of it. I was tired, then I felt guilty. So I decided to go anyway. And once I started, I actually felt better. Repeat. I talked myself out of it. That is a very real native phrase. Now another. I put off doing laundry and now I regret it. I should have just done it earlier. Repeat. I put off doing laundry. Good. Now you can use put off, regret it, should have. Very natural. Now we'll focus on native-like linking, the way native speakers connect sounds between words. You don't need to force it, but you can practice it gently. For example, pick it up often sounds like pickied up. Get out of sounds like gedota. A lot of sounds like a lotta. Again, you don't have to exaggerate. Just smooth the connection so you don't sound choppy. And the best way is shadowing slow, then natural. Repeat these lines slowly. Pick it up when you get a chance. Again, pick it up when you get a chance. Now smoother. Pick it up when you get a chance. Good. Next, I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. Repeat. I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. Now smoother. I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. Great. Next, I've got a lot of things to do today. Repeat. I've got a lot of things to do today. Excellent. This is how real speech sounds. Now we'll practice native-like certainty and uncertain. This is how real speech sounds. Now we'll practice native-like certainty and uncertainty, because natives don't always speak in 100% statements. They use cautious language when they're not sure, like, I think, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong. As far as I know, I guess. And they use stronger language when they are sure, like definitely, for sure, no doubt, there's no way. So we will practice a paragraph that moves between uncertain and certain, because this makes your English feel real and mature. Repeat after me. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the meeting is at 4. I could be wrong, so I'll double check. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at 4, and if it changes, I'll let you know. For sure. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I'll double check. Now practice your own version. Choose something from your life, maybe a plan, a time, a location, and use, I'm pretty sure, but I'll double check. That is extremely native like. Now let's focus on native like boundaries, how to say no, how to protect your time, and how to do it politely. Because this is a real daily life skill. And if you can do it smoothly in English, you will feel much more confident. Native like speakers set boundaries with calm phrases, not angry ones. So we'll practice that tone. Repeat this paragraph. I'd love to help, but I can't take that on right now. I'm pretty swamped. If you still need help later, let me know, but I can't promise anything. Again, I can't take that on right now. Now another. I hear you, but I need some time to think about it. Can I get back to you later? Repeat. Can I get back to you later? Now another. I can't talk right now. Can I call you back in 10 minutes? These are daily phrases. Take that on. Pretty swamped. Get back to you. Call you back. Extremely native-like. Now we'll do a long, native-like conversation flow practice. I'll give you a paragraph that includes greeting, small talk, an update, a request, and a friendly ending. This is the shape of many real conversations. If you can do this shape smoothly, you will sound fluent in real life. So repeat it slowly, then naturally. Repeat slowly. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing okay, just a little tired. It's been a busy week. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. Are you free later today? I was thinking we could grab a quick coffee. Nothing fancy, just a short catch up. If you're busy, no worries at all. Just let me know. Now, medium. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing okay, just a little tired. Now, natural, and keep it smooth. Hey, how's it going? Excellent. Now you do your own version. Keep the same shape, greeting, small talk, request, soft ending, and say it out loud. Now we'll train native like corrections and self correction because native speakers correct themselves constantly, and it actually makes them sound more natural, not less. They say things like, I mean, actually, or rather, let me rephrase. What I'm trying to say is, and this is very useful for learners because it removes pressure. If you say something slightly wrong, you don't freeze. You simply adjust and keep going. That is native-like confidence. Repeat this paragraph. I was going to go out tonight. Actually, no. I think I'll stay in. I'm kind of drained. Or rather, I'm just not in the mood. What I'm trying to say is, I need a quiet night again. Actually, no. I think I'll stay in. Now another. It was really helpful. I mean, It helped more than I expected. Repeat. I mean, good. Now practice self-correction in a daily line. Say, I'll meet you at 6. Actually, can we do 6:30? Perfect. That feels real. Now we'll practice natural compliments and supportive language, because native like English includes warmth. Not only information, you need the ability to encourage someone, say something kind, and sound natural. Common supportive chunks include, "That's awesome," "Good for you," "I'm proud of you," "You've got this." That makes me so happy. I'm glad to hear that. That must have been tough. I'm here for you, and we will practice them inside short paragraphs so they feel natural. Repeat this paragraph. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. You worked hard for this. Seriously, you've got this. And if you ever need anything, I'm here. Again, and make it warm. I'm really happy for you. Now another supportive paragraph. That sounds really tough. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Do you want to talk about it? I'm here. These are very human and native-like, and they also help you connect in English deeply. Now here's a final drill for this section, a daily life recap. Because if you can recap your day smoothly, you can speak like a real person in English. So we will do a natural recap paragraph you can copy. Then you will do your own recap with the same structure. Repeat slowly. So, today was pretty normal overall. I got a few things done. I had a couple small stress moments, but nothing major. I ran a few errands, talked to a friend, and now I'm just trying to relax. I'm probably going to eat something light and call it an early night. Again. Pretty normal overall, nothing major. Now, natural. So, today was pretty normal overall. Excellent. Now you do your recap. Keep it simple. Use pretty normal overall. Got a few things done? Nothing major. And say it out loud, slowly, with confidence, because you're training native like calm fluency. Keep going. You are building the habits that native speakers use naturally. Chunks, phrasal verbs, soft tone, self-correction, and conversational shape. And the more you repeat, the more automatic it becomes. And that is where native-like speaking starts to feel real for you. Let's continue. And I want you to notice how your English is starting to feel more flexible, more alive. Because native-like speaking is really the skill of choosing the right tone, the right phrase, the right level of detail, and doing it without stress. So in this section, we're going to upgrade your everyday sophistication, not with complicated words, but with the kind of natural expressions that native speakers use to sound calm, capable, and socially smooth, especially at a C1 level. One of the strongest C1 skills is being able to say the truth without sounding harsh. To be honest without sounding rude, natives do this with soft truth language, phrases like, "I don't mean this in a bad way, but just being honest." If I'm being completely honest, no offense, but I might be overthinking this, but maybe it's just me, but these are powerful because they protect the relationship. They make your message sound human, not sharp. So we'll practice that in real daily scenarios. Repeat after me. If I'm being honest, I'm not really feeling up to it today. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just need a quiet day again. If I'm being honest, now another, maybe it's just me, but I feel like the timing isn't great. Can we push it to tomorrow? Again, maybe it's just me, but now a stronger one. No offense, but I don't think that's the best idea. I think we should do it differently. And keep your tone gentle. No offense, but these phrases help you sound native-like when you need to be real. Now we'll train register shift. This is a C1 skill, meaning you can speak casually with friends, and you can also speak more professional at work without sounding like a different person. It's still you, but adjusted. Native speakers do this naturally, so we'll practice the same message in a casual style and a professional style, and you'll repeat both, so your brain learns the difference. First, casual. Repeat. Hey, I can't make it today. Something came up. Can we do tomorrow instead? Now, professional. Hi, I won't be able to make it today due to a last-minute issue. Could we reschedule for tomorrow? Again, casual. Something came up. Professional. A last-minute issue. Good. Now another pair, casual. I'm gonna look into it and get back to you. Professional. I'll look into it and follow up with you shortly. Again, get back to you. Follow up. Both are native-like, just different settings. Now let's add natural everyday idioms, but we will keep them practical, not weird or old-fashioned. We'll focus on idioms and fixed expressions natives actually use in daily life. Like, it slipped my mind. I'm wiped. I'm running on fumes. It's not my cup of tea. I'm on the fence. It's up in the air. That's the last straw. I'm all ears. That's fair. It is what? It is. I'm just going with the flow. These can make you sound more native-like instantly, but only if you use them naturally. So we will practice them inside full paragraphs. Repeat this paragraph. Sorry, it slipped my mind. I meant to reply, and then the day got away from me. It happens. Again, it slipped my mind. Now another. Honestly, I'm wiped. I've been running around all day. I'm just going to go home and crash. Again, I'm wiped. I'm going to crash. Now another. To be honest, it's not really my cup of tea, but if you like it, that's cool. Again, not my cup of tea. Now another. I'm on the fence. Part of me wants to go, but part of me just wants to stay in. Again, I'm on the fence. Excellent. These are very native-like and useful. Now we'll train hedging. This is a C1 speaking skill. Hedging means you make your language softer when you don't want to sound too absolute. Natives hedge a lot because life is not always black and white. So they say, kind of, sort of, a bit, pretty, more or less, generally speaking, for the most part, to some extent, in most cases, and this makes you sound more mature, more natural, and less robotic. So we will practice hedging with daily life opinions. Repeat after me. For the most part, I like my routine. It keeps me grounded. But sometimes I get a bit restless, and I want a change. Again. For the most part. Now another. Generally speaking, I'm pretty organized. But if I'm stressed, I can get a little messy. Again. Generally speaking, pretty organized. Now another. To some extent, I agree, but I also think there's more to it. Again, to some extent, these phrases give your English a native-like balance. Now we'll focus on natural emphasis without sounding dramatic. Natives often emphasize with short, calm phrases, like, honestly, to be fair, I'm not even kidding, no joke, I can't lie, I mean it, I swear. But the key is tone. If your tone stays calm, you sound native-like. If your tone is too strong, it sounds unnatural. So we'll practice calm emphasis in everyday moments. Repeat this paragraph. To be fair, it wasn't that bad. I was just tired. But honestly, I needed a break. I'm not even kidding. I felt so much better after a short rest. Again. To be fair, honestly, now another. I can't lie. I was a little annoyed, but I didn't want to make it a big thing, so I just let it go. Again. I didn't want to make it a big thing. That is very native-like. Now practice your own sentence. I didn't want to make it a big thing. Say it slowly. It's a very common phrase. Now we will do native-like problem-solving language. This is the language you use when things go wrong and you want to stay calm and capable. Native speakers use phrases like, let's figure it out, we'll sort it out, I'll take care of it, no worries, it happens. Let's see what we can do. Worst case, best case, either way. And this language makes you sound confident and fluent. So repeat these problem-solving paragraphs. Repeat after me. No worries, it happens. Let's figure it out. Worst case, we can do it tomorrow. Either way, we'll be fine. Again. Worst case, either way. Now another. Let me see what I can do. I'll look into it, and I'll get back to you as soon as I know more. Again, let me see what I can do. Now another. We'll sort it out. Just give me a minute. These are simple, native-like, and powerful. Now we move into storytelling with natural punch. Native stories often have a small emotional highlight, a surprise, a lesson, a funny moment, and the storyteller uses phrases like, long story short. To make a long story short, anyway, out of nowhere. Next thing I know, before I knew it, in the end, turns out, it worked out. These phrases make your storytelling sound native-like, so we will practice them with a daily life story you can shadow. Repeat slowly. So I was getting ready to leave, and I thought I had everything. Phone, keys, wallet, the usual. And then, out of nowhere, I realized my phone was dead, which was annoying. So I grabbed my charger, but then I couldn't find it. Next thing I know, I'm running around the house looking for it. And in the end, it turns out it was in my bag the whole time. Long story short, I left later than I wanted, but it worked out. Again, and feel the rhythm. Out of nowhere, next thing I know, turns out, long story short, excellent. Now practice a shorter version, say out loud. Long story short, I was late, but it worked out. That is a very native-like ending. Now we'll train native-like negotiation. Daily life is full of small negotiations, choosing a time, choosing a place, deciding who does what, and native-like negotiation language is soft and practical. Phrases like, how about, would you be up for, does that work for you? I'm flexible. I'm good either way. Whatever works. I'd prefer, if possible. If that's okay with you, we can play it by ear. These make you sound smooth and fluent, so repeat these as full paragraphs. Repeat. How about we meet around 5? If that's too early, we can do 6. I'm flexible. Whatever works for you. Again, I'm flexible. Whatever works. Now another. Would you be up for grabbing something quick? Nothing big, just a quick catch-up. If you're free, again. Would you be up for, now another? We can play it by ear. If it's busy, we'll go somewhere else. Again, play it by ear. Very native-like. Now we'll do a longer guided speaking drill. This one will train C1 level flow. You will speak for about 40 to 60 seconds, and your job is to keep going calmly. Even if you make a small mistake, you will use the connectors and hedges you learned, and you will include one short story element. I'll model it first, then you copy the structure with your own topic. Repeat slowly. So lately, I've been trying to be more consistent. For the most part, it's going well. But I still have days where I fall off track, like yesterday. I planned to do a few things, but I got distracted. And before I knew it, half the day was gone. I was a bit annoyed with myself. But to be fair, I was tired, so I reset. I did one small task. And honestly, that helped. Long story short, I'm learning to be kinder to myself and just keep going. Now repeat it again, medium speed, and keep it smooth. For the most part, before I knew it, to be fair, long story short, excellent. Now you do your version. Choose one topic, like your routine, your work, your health, your learning, your week, and use this structure. So lately, for the most part, but like yesterday, before I knew it, to be fair, long story short, say it out loud, slowly, and keep going. Now we'll close this section with one more native-like skill, closing conversations naturally. Learners often end conversations too suddenly. Native speakers use soft endings. Anyway, I should get going. I'll let you get back to it. I won't keep you. I'll catch you later. Talk soon. Take care. And these are small but powerful because they make your English feel socially smooth. Repeat this ending paragraph. Anyway, I'll let you get back to it. It was good talking to you. Catch you later. Take care. Again, I'll let you get back to it. Now another. All right, I should get going. Talk soon. And another. I won't keep you, but let's catch up later. These are daily life native endings. And when you use them, your English sounds naturally connected to real life, not like a classroom exercise. Keep going. Repeat the paragraphs, copy the rhythm, and remember, you are building a native-like speaking system. Tone control, register shift, hedging, idioms, storytelling, negotiation, and smooth endings. That system is what makes you sound like a native speaker in real daily life. Let's keep moving. And if you feel your brain getting tired, that is normal because you're training real fluency, not just learning information. So keep it gentle, keep it slow, and remember, The goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to sound natural, and natural means flexible. It means you can speak clearly, politely, casually, and confidently, depending on the moment. So, in this section, we're going to train pragmatic fluency, meaning how to say things the way native speakers actually say them in real situations, especially when the meaning is a little sensitive, or when you want to be indirect, or when you want to persuade someone, or when you want to express humor lightly. First, let's train indirectness, because native English is often indirect. Not because people are dishonest, but because you want to sound polite and socially smooth. For example, instead of saying open the window, you say, could we open the window? Or do you mind if I open the window? Instead of you need to leave, you say it might be time to head out. Instead of that's wrong, you say I'm not sure that's quite right. Indirectness makes your English sound more native and more emotionally intelligent. So we'll practice it in full paragraphs you can reuse. Repeat after me. Do you mind if I open the window? It's a little warm in here. Again. Do you mind if... Now, another. Would it be okay if we move this to tomorrow? I'm a bit tied up today. Again. Would it be okay if... Now, a work style one. Just a quick thought. It might make sense to try a different approach. Again, it might make sense to... That phrase is very native-like. It sounds calm and professional. Now let's practice soft requests. Natives often avoid sounding demanding. They use phrases like, when you get a chance, if you don't mind, whenever you have a minute, at some point, when it works for you. And these phrases make you sound easy to deal with. So repeat this paragraph. When you get a chance, could you send that over? No rush, just whenever you have a minute. I'd really appreciate it. Again, no rush, whenever you have a minute. Now another. If you don't mind, could you double check this? I just want to make sure it's right. These are very native-like and very useful. Now we move into disagreeing without tension, because a C1 speaker can disagree calmly and still sound friendly. And this is a skill that makes you sound native-like in meetings, friendships, family conversations, and daily decisions. Natives often disagree with acknowledgement plus alternative, meaning they first acknowledge the other person, then offer another view. Phrases like, I see where you're coming from. That's a fair point. I get what you mean. And then, but I wonder if, but at the same time, but I'm not sure. But maybe we could. So we'll practice this smoothly. Repeat after me. I see where you're coming from. That's a fair point, but I'm not sure it would work in this situation. Maybe we could try something simpler. Again, that's a fair point, but now another. I get what you mean, and you might be right, but at the same time, I think we should be careful. Again, at the same time, now practice a real daily moment. Imagine someone says, let's go out tonight. You can say, that sounds fun, but honestly, I'm kind of exhausted. Maybe we could do it tomorrow instead. Acknowledgement, then alternative, very native-like. Now let's train light persuasion, Because native speakers persuade gently in daily life, choosing a restaurant, deciding plans, convincing someone to do something, and they often use phrases like, how about, what if we, hear me out, trust me on this, it'll be worth it, just give it a try. You might actually like it. And they keep it playful, not aggressive. So we'll practice persuasion paragraphs you can reuse. Repeat this paragraph. Hear me out. I know you're not sure, but I really think you'll like it. Just give it a try. Worst case, we leave early. Best case, we have a great time. Again, hear me out. Now another. Trust me on this. Let's go a little earlier. It'll be less crowded and we'll have more time to relax. Again, it'll be less crowded. Now another. What if we keep it simple? We grab something quick and then we just go for a walk. No pressure. These are very natural persuasion patterns. Now we'll add light humor, because humor is part of sounding native-like. Not telling jokes, but using small playful lines, gentle exaggeration, and relaxed self-awareness, like, I'm a mess today. My brain is not cooperating. I'm running on coffee and hope. I'm barely functioning. I'm not built for mornings. That's on me. My bad. This kind of humor makes you sound real and socially connected. So we will practice a few humor paragraphs, simple and daily life friendly. Repeat after me. Honestly, my brain is not cooperating today. I'm running on coffee and good intentions, but we're getting there. Again, my brain is not cooperating. Now another. I'm not built for mornings. I need at least 10 minutes before I can talk like a normal person. Again, I'm not built for mornings. Now another. That's on me. I totally forgot. My bad. Again. That's on me. My bad. These are extremely common and native-like. Now we'll practice repair language. This is what you say when you make a mistake socially, when you interrupt, when you misunderstand, when you say something awkward. Native speakers repair quickly and smoothly. They say, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Let me rephrase. That came out wrong. I might have misunderstood. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't catch that. What I meant was, and if you can do repairs smoothly, you sound confident and native-like because you're not afraid of small mistakes. Repeat after me. Sorry, that came out wrong. What I meant was, I'm just stressed, not upset with you. Again. That came out wrong. Now another. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead. Again. Go ahead. Now another. I might have misunderstood. Can you clarify what you mean? These repair lines are powerful, and they make you sound fluent because you keep the conversation moving. Now we'll move into longer real-life scenario drills. This is where your native-like speaking becomes automatic, because you'll practice full situations, not single lines. And I want you to shadow the whole paragraph. Then I want you to reuse the structure with your own details. We'll start with a very common scenario. Making plans with a friend, but you're tired and you want something simple. Repeat slowly. Hey, I'd love to see you, but I'm honestly pretty tired today. Could we keep it low-key? Maybe we just grab something quick, or even just take a walk. I'm good either way. I just don't have the energy for anything big. Again, could we keep it low key? That phrase is extremely native like. Low key, simple, relaxed. Now, another plan scenario. What time works for you? I'm flexible. I'd prefer earlier, but I can do later if I need to. We can play it by ear. Again, play it by ear. Now you do your version out loud. Keep the same phrases, low key, I'm flexible, play it by ear, and fill in your own details. Now, a scenario. You need to complain politely about something you paid for, but you want to stay calm. Repeat after me. Hi, I'm sorry to bother you, but I think there's an issue with this. I bought it yesterday and it stopped working already. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just wanted to see what my options are. Could I get a replacement or maybe a refund? Again, I'm not trying to be difficult. That phrase is very native like. It shows you're calm and reasonable. Now, another version. I might be missing something, but I think I was charged twice. Could you take a quick look? Again. Could you take a quick look? Excellent. Now, a scenario. You're at work or school and you want to push back on a request because your schedule is full. Repeat after me. I hear you and I want to help, but I'm pretty swamped right now. I can't take this on today. If it's not urgent, I can do it tomorrow. Or if you want, I can help you get started and you can take it from there. Again, I'm pretty swamped. And notice the helpful alternative. That is very native-like. You don't just say no, you offer a solution. Now another version. I can't commit to that right now, but I can circle back later this week. Again, circle back. That phrase is common in work English. Now we'll practice a scenario. Someone invites you somewhere, but you want to say no kindly without a long explanation. Repeat after me. That sounds fun. Thanks for inviting me, but I'm going to pass this time. I've got a lot going on. Maybe next time, though. Again. I'm going to pass this time. That is very native-like. Now another. I really appreciate it, but I'm going to sit this one out. I just need a quiet night. Again. Sit this one out. Also common and natural. Now we'll do a long speaking drill because native-like fluency also means stamina, the ability to keep talking smoothly for a full minute. So I'll model a 1-minute paragraph that includes indirectness, soft disagreement, light humor, and a clear ending. And then you will copy the structure with your own topic. Keep it slow, keep it calm. Repeat slowly. So, I was thinking about my plans for this week, and honestly, I'm trying not to overload myself. I know I always say yes to too many things, and then I'm surprised when I'm exhausted, which is kind of funny because I do it to myself. Anyway, I might keep things a little more low-key. I'll still get what I need to get done, but I'm going to be a bit more selective. And if someone asks me to do something extra, I'll probably say, I'd love to help, but I'm pretty swamped. And then I'll offer another time because I don't want to disappear. I just want to manage my energy better. Now repeat it again, medium speed, and keep the rhythm. Anyway, low-key, selective, manage my energy, excellent, now your turn, choose a topic, maybe your routine, your weekend, your learning plan, your work, and use these pieces. I'm trying not to overload myself. I do it to myself anyway. Low key, selective, manage my energy, and speak for 1 minute, slowly, with calm confidence. You're building something very real now, the kind of fluency that works in sensitive moments, in friendly moments, in awkward moments, and in everyday life. And that is what it means to speak like a native, not copying a perfect accent, but having the social language, the rhythm, the tone, and the flexibility to handle real conversation. Keep going, repeat the drills, and let the patterns settle into your mouth and mind. Now we're going to take everything you've practiced so far and turn it into the kind of smooth, natural speaking that works in longer conversations. The kind where you don't just answer, you continue, you expand, you ask back, you guide the flow, and you sound like someone who lives in English, not someone visiting English for a few minutes. So stay relaxed, keep your pace slow, and let your voice feel steady, even if your brain is still working hard behind the scenes. A very native-like skill at C1 level is keeping the conversation alive. Many learners can respond, but they don't know how to extend naturally. Native speakers often use a simple three-step flow: respond, add, ask, respond with a natural reaction, add one detail or a short story, then ask a question back. And this makes you sound fluent, social, and confident. So let's practice that flow in a natural paragraph you can copy. Repeat after me slowly. Oh, really? That's interesting. I've actually been thinking about something similar lately because last week I noticed the same thing and it kind of made me rethink my routine. Anyway, what about you? How did you get into that? Now repeat it again and connect the flow, respond, add, ask. That's interesting. I've actually been thinking about something similar. What about you? Now we'll practice the same flow in a daily life situation. Imagine someone says, I started going to the gym again. Your native-like reply could be, oh, nice. Good for you. I've been trying to get back into a routine too. But honestly, I'm still figuring out what I can stick to. I'll do well for a few days, and then life gets busy. How are you keeping yourself motivated? Now repeat that paragraph slowly, like you're speaking to a friend. Oh, nice. Good for you. I've been trying to get back into a routine too. How are you keeping yourself motivated? Notice how natural it sounds. Stick to. Get back into. Figure out. Life gets busy. These are very native-like chunks. Let's train natural detail because native speakers add small, specific details that make their speech feel real, not scripted. Instead of saying I was busy, they say I had back-to-back things all day. Instead of I was tired, they say I was wiped by the time I got home. Instead of I was angry, they say I was honestly a little annoyed. And these details are what make you sound native because you sound like you're living the moment. So repeat after me. It was one of those days. I had back-to-back things. I barely had time to breathe. And by the time I got home, I was completely wiped. I didn't even want to talk. I just wanted food and silence. Repeat it again, slower. Back-to-back things, completely wiped, food and silence. Now we'll practice natural disagreement with warmth in longer conversations, because in real life, disagreement is not one sentence. It's a gentle conversation where you keep the relationship safe. So repeat this paragraph. Yeah, I hear you. And I get why you'd see it that way. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think there's another angle. Like, if you look at it from the other person's perspective, it might make more sense. But I do agree with you on one thing. It could have been handled better. Again, I hear you. I'm not saying you're wrong. Another angle. Now imagine the topic is simple. Choosing a restaurant. You can say, I hear you. That place is good, but I'm kind of in the mood for something lighter. Maybe we can try that other spot, and if it's not great, we can always go back next time. Now let's focus on a skill that makes you sound extremely native-like. Framing. Framing means you explain your opinion in a calm, structured way. Not like a debate, but like a thoughtful person. Native speakers often use phrases like, the way I see it, from my point of view. What it comes down to is, if you ask me, at the end of the day. And my main concern is, so repeat this paragraph. From my point of view, what it comes down to is balance. I don't think it has to be extreme. My main concern is consistency. Because if you're consistent, you can relax sometimes and still be okay. But if you're inconsistent, even small problems feel bigger. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to make things easier for myself. Repeat it again and feel how natural and mature it sounds. What it comes down to is, my main concern is, at the end of the day. Now, we'll do a phone-style speaking drill, because speaking on the phone is one of the hardest real-life fluency tests. You can't see facial expressions. You have to sound clear and natural. So we'll practice a full phone paragraph that includes greeting, reason for calling, a request, and a polite close. Repeat after me slowly. Hi, this is Julia. I'm calling about the appointment I booked. I just wanted to confirm the time. I have it written down as Thursday at 3. Is that correct? Okay, perfect. And one more quick thing. Is there anything I need to bring? Great. Thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. All right. Have a good one. Bye. Now repeat again, slightly faster but still calm. And notice how native-like I just wanted to and one more quick thing sound. Now we'll practice handling awkward moments. Because native-like speaking is also what you say when something feels a little uncomfortable, like a misunderstanding, a late reply, a small conflict, or an awkward silence. The key is calm repair language. So repeat this paragraph. Hey, sorry if that came across the wrong way. I didn't mean it like that. I think I just worded it badly. What I meant was, I'm a little stressed and I'm trying to manage a lot right now. I'm not upset with you. I just wanted to be clear. Repeat it again, slowly, and focus on the kindness. Sorry if that came across the wrong way. I didn't mean it like that. This is very native-like and very useful. Now we'll train empathy language, because fluent native-like English includes emotional connection, not just information. Empathy language is what you use when someone is stressed, disappointed, excited, or vulnerable. And at C1, you want to sound warm but natural, not too dramatic. So repeat after me. That makes total sense. I'd feel the same way. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. It sounds like a lot. Do you want to talk about it or do you just want a distraction? Either way, I'm here again. Do you want to talk about it or do you want a distraction? That question is very natural and supportive. Now, another empathy paragraph. I'm really glad you told me. That couldn't have been easy, and honestly, you handled it better than most people would. Give yourself some credit. Now we'll practice natural humor and lightness to keep conversations comfortable, because native speakers often ease tension with small, friendly humor, not jokes, just playful honesty. So repeat. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm exhausted. My brain is moving slow today, but I'm here. I'm trying, and that counts. Again, I'm not even going to pretend. Now another. If you need me to make a decision right now, you're asking a lot. Give me a second. Again, and keep it playful. You're asking a lot. Give me a second. This kind of humor makes you sound natural and socially confident. Now we'll do a longer daily life storytelling drill, and I want you to shadow it like a smooth wave, not word by word. Focus on meaning groups and let your voice rise and fall naturally. Repeat after me slowly. So I had this tiny moment today that was honestly kind of funny. I was walking out the door feeling proud of myself for being on time, and then I looked down and realized I was wearing two different socks. Like, not even close. One was dark, one was light, and I just stood there for a second like, okay, this is where we're at today. I could have changed them, but I was already late, so I just owned it and left. And honestly, nobody cared, which was a good reminder that we worry about things way more than we need to. Now repeat again, medium speed, and notice the natural phrases, tiny moment, kind of funny. I just owned it. Nobody cared. Good reminder. Now it's your turn to speak longer, and this is where you build true native-like control. Here is your guided structure. You will follow it as you speak out loud, slowly. Start with, "So I had this moment today." Then describe one small daily detail, then add one reaction, then add a simple lesson, and keep it calm and natural. You can say something like, "So I had this moment today. I was trying to, and then, and I was like," and honestly, say it out loud now. Take your time. And if you get stuck, use a bridge phrase. Let me think. What I mean is, how can I put this? That is native-like, that is confident. Now we'll add natural closing and follow-up. Because native-like speakers end conversations in a friendly, smooth way and often set a future connection. Repeat after me. All right, I should get going, but it was really good talking to you. Let's catch up properly soon. Text me when you're free, and we'll figure something out. Again, let's catch up properly soon. We'll figure something out. Now another. I'll let you get back to it, but seriously, good luck with everything. Keep me posted. These closings sound very native-like and warm. Keep practicing these longer paragraphs, because this is where fluency becomes real. When you can respond, add detail, ask back, repair awkward moments, show empathy, and tell small stories, all without panic. even slowly. And that is exactly how you move from I know English to I live in English. You're building the habits that native speakers use every day, and your voice is getting closer to that feeling, one repetition at a time. Now we're going to bring everything together. And this final section is about consolidation, turning all these patterns into something you can actually use automatically in daily life. Because native like speaking is not a one time performance, it's a daily habit. It's how you respond when you're busy, how you speak when you're tired, how you sound when you're happy, how you handle problems, and how you connect with people. So we'll do a set of powerful final drills, longer, smoother, more realistic, and you'll feel your English becoming more natural with every repetition. First, let's build your native like baseline. This is the style you can use almost anywhere. Friendly, calm, and clear. Repeat after me slowly. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing all right, just keeping busy. It's been a bit of a week, but I'm hanging in there. How about you? What's new with you lately? Again, and connect it smoothly. I'm doing all right, just keeping busy. How about you? This is a simple pattern, but it's extremely native like because it sounds relaxed and open. Now let's practice daily updates because native like speakers give quick, natural updates all the time. Repeat. Quick update. I'm on my way. I might be a few minutes late. Traffic is kind of bad, but I'm moving. I'll text you when I'm close. Again, I'll text you when I'm close. Now another. Hey, just a heads up. My schedule changed a bit. Can we push it back by 30 minutes? If that's a problem, let me know. We'll work something out. Again, we'll work something out. This is calm, flexible, native like language. Now we'll do native like answering. This is how you answer questions without sounding stiff. Natives often answer in layers, short answer first, then one detail, then a soft extra comment. So repeat this pattern. Yeah, I just need a minute. I'm finishing something real quick, and then I'm good. Again, I'm finishing something real quick. Now another. Not today, I'm honestly pretty wiped. I just need a quiet night, but I'm free tomorrow. Again, I'm honestly pretty wiped. And notice how native like that is. Short answer, then reason, then alternative. Now let's practice native like listening and responding. You will use back channeling, empathy, and a follow up question. Repeat after me. Yeah, I get that. That sounds frustrating. I'm sorry you're dealing with it. What's the hardest part right now? Again, what's the hardest part right now? Now another. Oh, wow, that's exciting. Congratulations. How are you feeling about it? Again, and keep it warm. How are you feeling about it? This is the language that makes conversations feel natural and connected. Now, we'll do a native-like decision-making drill because daily life is full of decisions and natives often speak in a practical, flexible way. They say, I'm leaning towards you. I'm on the fence. I'm not totally sure. I'm thinking. I might just. I'll probably. We'll see. Let's play it by ear. So repeat this paragraph. I'm kind of on the fence. Part of me wants to go out, but part of me wants to stay in. I'm leaning towards staying in, to be honest. But we'll see. If I get a burst of energy, I might go. Otherwise, I'll keep it low key. Again, I'm leaning toward, we'll see, keep it low key. Excellent. This is how natives talk when life isn't 100% clear. Now we'll practice native like apology and repair.